What do you think about right before you go to bed? Are you consciously aware of the thoughts, the emotions, and the feelings, the things that you are getting emotionally involved in, the stories you're telling yourself right before you doze off to sleep? That is what will marinate for the next 6 to 8 hours. It's so important. We're continuing the reading of The Miracles of Your Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. I'm Carla Elizondo. Thank you for joining me. Inside Talk Show, it's an inside job. We left off yesterday with Joseph Murphy pointing out, saying the four basic personality difficulties that are at the root of why we don't heal in this context is fear, hate, guilt, and inferiority. These habits of engaging in these low vibe, low level emotions of fear, hate, guilt, and inferiority can ruin our chances to really grow and heal in many areas, I'm sure. So he goes on to discuss that the Redlands University experiment that they did. It says in the Redlands prayer therapy experiments, these basic difficulties are first ferreted out through a series of standard psychological tests given to patients participating in the project. Subsequently, the patients meet in a 90-minute group session once a week to discuss their problems. At these meetings, each patient is given a sealed envelope containing information on one detrimental aspect of his or her personality uncovered in the tests. Ooh. Once at home, the patients open the envelopes, learn a new undesirable phase of their personality, and resolve that particular difficulty in prayer daily until the next group meeting. This is kind of like in the 12 steps where we take that fearless moral inventory. We look at our character defects and meditate, really look at them. What have they been, what kind of behavior have they been causing in our life? And truly pray that they be taken away, the character defects, or that we get a handle on them, because they're the things that ruin our life. They're the little thorns. Okay, so then they open the envelope at home, and then throughout the week, they pray about this character defect. There is only one must. Each patient is required to pray regularly each night before he or she retires. We insist on a prayer at that time because the last thing that a person is thinking before going to sleep is most likely to penetrate the subconscious mind, Dr. Parker said. The last thing you think about before you go to bed is the thing that is most likely to penetrate your subconscious mind while you sleep for hours. We talked again, another just example, that this is the seed house in our conscious thinking mind. Thoughts are seeds. And once they're dropped down, they get under our skin, we become emotionally involved, we pass it along to our subconscious feeling mind, we start getting feels for it. This is the womb. It will birth, it will come down into our body, we will take action on it, and it will create results depending on what it is. What do you have going on in your conscious thinking mind during your waking hours? Once you shut off those five senses, see, hear, smell, taste, touch, and you go into rest, you silence the conscious thinking mind, the seeds drop. And you wake up in the morning. When we wake up in the morning and we feel like a little bit relieved, like we were stressed about something the night before, our mind was really, 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 really busy. Our mind was so busy the night before. We were worrying about something that somebody said was bothering us. Something was on our mind. We were worrying, something that didn't feel good. When we wake up, we feel better. Why do we feel better? Because it's no longer in our conscious mind. It has dropped. And we think, oh, I'm glad that's gone. No, it's not gone. It's just gone from your conscious thinking mind. It has gone to the next phase, my friends. and then that's why, ding dong, you're like, well, why did that happen? I was over that. It's like, it's just the natural progression of manifestation, how things come to pass, how things form in our lives. We cannot reverse something put in motion. It's momentum. It's like a tidal wave. It's like if a big earthquake happened, it might set a tsunami in force that we cannot stop. We just have to wait till it's over. Have you ever experienced a tsunami of consequences that have been coming and you're like, oh God, please stop it. I swear I'll do anything. I'll do it. It's like at that point, God can't do anything for us. Nobody can. We just have to wait it out. Abraham Hicks always uses a really great analogy of when you jump out of a plane without a parachute and then you start saying, oh my gosh, I need help. It's like, okay, well, there's nothing you can do now. You already jumped out of the plane without a parachute. So you're just going to have to pray that you fall gracefully, know that you'll be okay, metaphorically, and just don't do it again. And just be aware of your actions. Or another example of momentum, say that you're at the top of a hill in San Francisco and you nudge the car. It takes little effort. You nudge the car over and it starts gaining speed down the hill. Would you stand at the bottom of the hill and try to stop the car? No, you're going to run right over. But if you were right in front of the car at the top of the hill and it got nudged, it's easier to stop. But it's harder to stop once it's gained momentum. I hope that made sense. Anyways. All right. So he's saying that during this experiment, the people were given an envelope that uncovered an undesirable personality trait or a character defect, and they had to pray on it right before they went to bed, because what you go to bed with marinates and has a lot of power, he's saying, because it drops into your subconscious mind. Dr. Parker, who first tried out this prayer theory on himself during an onset of ulcers 3 years ago, said all of his patients have to be taught how to pray. The clinic's prayer therapy patients are taught a positive approach to prayer, stressing love and an uplifting concept of God and the universe. Our prayers are not a begging for health, but are affirmations of the healing of the unhealthy element the patient wants to attack, stated in such a positive. That sounds weird. Okay, let's read that again. Our prayers are not a begging for health, but are affirmations of the healing of the unhealthy element the patient wants to attack, stated in such a positive, repetitious manner that eventually it sinks into the subconscious and becomes a part of that person, Dr. Parker said. In that manner, through prayer, destructive aspects within the subconscious can be attacked and eventually overcome, thus eliminating the basic cause of their physical ills. Oh, remember, the Wilshire Ebell Theater? Have you ever been to that theater? I love how they talk about this. Wilshire Ebell Theater was like a hot spot for all kinds of new age, amazing spiritual speakers. In the Wilshire Ebell Theater, where I speak to an overflow audience each Sunday, we have a period called the Healing Silence. The first thing I do is ask the audience to relax, let go, and to stop the wheels of their mind. The purpose is to quiet down the doubting Thomas, conscious mind, and insert a new idea, such as health, peace, joy, and abundance, into the receptive minds of the listeners. Those who are impregnated will give birth to the healing or an answer to their prayer. This is the kinetic action of the subconscious mind. Many report excellent results every Sunday, as attested to by grateful letters. Let's end with this. I would like to stress a few important factors here relative to the workings of the subconscious mind. A man came to me one time and asked me why it was when he kept on saying to himself, I have no headache, that the pain did not go away. The subconscious mind will not easily accept this contradiction. It accepts only what you believe and feel as true, or accept as possible. If you mentally accept the possibility of the execution of your idea, the subconscious will cooperate. In order to impress the subconscious mind, you must gain its cooperation. If you can convince the subconscious mind you have no headache, the headache will go away. I suggested to him this method. Declare, it is passing away, over and over again, quietly and peacefully. In this way, he would be better able to sell the idea or conclusion to the wise, deep self called the subconscious mind. He got results. He added something to it. It will never return. This is The power of repetition and affirmations. And the whole point of affirmations, Dr. Joseph Murphy is saying, is you have to believe it. Somewhere in you, you have to believe it to be true, that it's possible. So for example, you don't have to say, I absolutely love my body exactly the way it is when you're trying to lose 20 pounds. I love my body. No, I'm actually very upset with myself for the way my body is, and I hate my body, actually. And it brings up a lot of shame and guilt and anger and resentment and all kinds of stuff. So that's an untrue affirmation or statement. So that wouldn't be the one you pick. What is true? I love the way my body always shows up for me. I love the way my body carries me around. I love the way my body is very adaptive to the things I put in it. That's true. I can get on board with that. So what we start doing is we meet ourselves where we're at. We don't try to convince ourselves of some fantastic truth that doesn't yet exist, but that's how we get there. That is how we get there. You have to start somewhere. It's not all or nothing. Well, I'm just screwed. Okay, fine. Be unhealthy and unhappy forever. Or have this unrealistic, fantastical lie that you're telling yourself that you know in your gut that doesn't seem true. Then that feels double worse. Where can you start? What is true? What is a true statement? So this guy had a really bad headache, and he was saying, I don't have a headache. My headache's going away. It's like, okay, no, my head's pounding. But what did he say instead? It is changing now for the better. It is changing. You don't have a headache forever. That's the truth. Headaches come and go like emotions. This is passing and it's getting better. It is one more second closer to this being over. My mantra, this is good. It works all the time because this is good. I don't know how it is, but it is. I'm willing. I believe that. Whatever, remember, we are affirming to ourselves all the time. We are affirming. We are saying mantras, our mental diet. What are we repeating to ourselves over and over and over in our mind? What is your self-talk? What is the weather up here? If somebody were to listen in on your self-talk, what would they think? Is it positive or negative? Are you nice to yourself? Are you nice to other people? This is a really big truth. Your subconscious mind does not know if you are talking crap on somebody else or about yourself. It's the same. It only relates to self because that's the only consciousness you have is of yourself. For example, if you're thinking or even talking to a friend, that person, she's such a bitch. She's such a butthole. Wow, look at her. God, she's just ridiculous. You're emotionally involved with it, clearly. You have an opinion, and that's why you're talking about it, or that's why you're thinking about it, because it's under your skin. It's in your subconscious mind. But your subconscious mind just reads, bitch, annoying, jerk. It doesn't understand that you're talking about somebody else. So that's why it behooves us to forgive and to think positively about other people, because your subconscious mind does not know. Trash is trash. If you're talking trash, where is the trash? It's within you. That's why it be clean, forgive, release, surrender, get rid of grievances, grudges, things that you're upset about, anger. It's for your own benefit. You think that the other person's winning? Okay, that's just your ego. Get over it, because you're the only one suffering. What we do to others, we are doing to ourselves truly. It goes back to that great metaphor of Tiger Woods at the on the golf course when he is standing in front of the putting hole, whatever, and he is thinking ball in the hole, ball in the hole, ball in the hole. And when his opponent is up, he's thinking ball in the hole, ball in the hole, ball in the hole. Why would he think that when somebody else, doesn't he want his opponent? Don't go in the hole. Your subconscious mind doesn't know if it's ball in the hole for me or ball in the hole for him. Ball in the hole is ball in the hole. What I want for me, I want for everybody. Because at the end of the day, it only matters with me. I only have control over what I think for myself. That's the power I must cultivate. I hope that was helpful. I love this book. I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. It's Tuesday. Feels like it's Thursday. We are growing. I think we are at 251 subscribers. Thank you, YouTube. I really love this platform, and I am looking forward to continuing to read and to learn and to grow and to connect with you all. So share this with anybody who you think would like it, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.